All right, this is going to be going over today's price action. Today was the 10th. I did not participate. I had to take care of some personal stuff. And now I got to redo the recording because I just posted it, except I had the Dow on both of these because I'm an idiot. So, anyways, let's just get into what occurred today. We ended up having this inside candle, right? And let me show you on the lower time frames here what ended up occurring. Um, oh, maybe this will make a little more sense now because I have the right one up. Oops. All right. So, anyways, let's take a look at this. Is where I was at today. So, anyways, we can see right 2 a.m., which was Asia. Asia ends up putting in a bullish closure, right? We have this order block here, right? 2 a.m. Asia, and then London ends up putting in right a bearish closure here. Okay, and then you can see, and New York session ends up expanding, right? But you can see the play here was on YM, right? We have this manipulated low that gets closed above, right? So this is balanced price. So then if we take this new range and we take this low to this high, right, we can see the EQ ends up resting right here, right, which we end up running to. Um, so we end up retracing right back to discount inside of this higher time frame PD array, and then we end up expanding. And then if we actually look at the time here on YM, you can see how it aligns for the model here. Let's back this up here. Right, we can see, and I was just talking about this in the last recording, but we can see right here comes the markets end up coming back, right? It's running lower here, market open, right? We end up running lower, right? We could have taken shorts here, I guess, right? We get this CSD open high CSD back into this the rejection of the opening price as well as this series of up close candles, which is an order block, right? If you're targeting these lows, but notice where we stop, right? We stop just shy of EQ, right? Prior to what? Prior to 10 o'clock. And then notice this is how we know the algorithm's printing, right? Or one way we can determine whether it's tipping its hand is watch what happens here, right? At 10 o'clock, not before, but at 10 o'clock, right? We end up tapping into discount, right? EQ. And then we end up getting this closure, creating a valid order block, right? Then we expand and we retrace, and then we consolidate, right? The reason this is important here is because, right, we can see that we get this correct PO3 candle, right, on the 15 here, right, that closes back inside the range. So then we could potentially be looking for 10-15 in an open low scenario, right, to then take something potentially. And so if we look at the 1 minute, right, and there is no, right, if we look at the 1 minute here, we get this right here, 10-15 opens, right, bearish closure only to what closed above. So we were building an OB with a CSD here. After this has already been printed, right? We already have manipulated and then built this order block. So we just need to expand now because we have already rebalanced, right? We've already rebalanced. So now we just need to expand. Um, so anyways, that was what I saw today. Like I said, I did not participate um, at all because I had to take care of some stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and stop this and then we'll get into what we're looking at for tomorrow.